Boom. All right. Welcome to Unlock Your First Six Figures morning show. I am your host, Shay Cannon. I'm an award-winning, I like when I do that because it be like I got muscles. Award-winning, fractional chief operating officer with an exclusive clientele of 6 and 7 figure CEOs. Let me let Kimberly in. Um, but I have a mission. That mission includes you, small business owners and entrepreneurs who are spinning their wheels and struggling to get to their first six figures in business. I want to show you how to make the money and create time freedom. Let's make the money and create time freedom. My freedom looks like living and working my business from anywhere in the world. I'll spare you the 5 years of me doing that and just let you know that currently I am living my best life and working my best business from Mexico. Okay. Now, Blog Talk has been released, and it all starts with the blog. This week's blog is at shaycannon.com/2024 trends. Okay. That's 2024 TRENDS. All right. That is what we are talking about. 2024 small business trends to know is what we're talking about this week, because we've been through some hellacious times. We've been through the pandemic. We've been through the recession, right? And now I have some predictions for you for 2024. The first prediction was around sustainability and growth. That is still going into the first part of 2024. If you want to hear more about that, catch the replay from Monday, okay? The next thing we talked about on yesterday was time freedom is becoming a trend for more people. That team hustle and team no sleep are dying down, and people are realizing, hey, I went into business to have certain freedoms, and now I need to recapture and actually live those freedoms. I need to do what I need to do to honor those. And we talked about some ways to do that. If you love that conversation and you want to see what was said, replay from yesterday. Okay. Now, today, what we're talking about is the trend of relationship building. Okay. Relationship building is at the core of what marketing is. And let me tell you how the marketing climate is definitely self-correcting. And you're going to have to go back to the old school traditional marketing principles, including heavily relationship building. Okay. So I'm going to tell you, you're still going to have to do your thought leadership. You're still going to have to do your broad visibility, all the things, right? But it's not going to be enough for you to just be seen. Okay. It's not going to be enough to borrow from Shawana Kennedy. It's not going to be enough to just be seen and be heard. You're going to have to do that too. And on top of that, you're going to have to do it in an intentional way. Okay. So that you are building relationships. So to grow and to have actually the revenue coming in, you got to build relationships. And I broke it down to 3 relationships you need to be focused on. Okay. So 3 types of relationships you need to be focused on intentionally in 2024. Number 1, you need a community to serve and build trust. Okay. You need a community to serve and build trust. Number 2, you need a network to nurture for resources and referrals. You need a network to nurture for resources and referrals. Okay. And number 3, you need partnerships to cross-pollinate for revenue opportunities. You need partnerships to cross-pollinate for revenue and opportunities. Okay. So those are the 3 relationships you need to be intentional about building: a community, your network, and partnerships that can help each person make money. So when I say cross-pollinate, I just mean it needs to be win-win for money. Okay. Win-win. All right. So now knowing that those are the 3 different types of relationships that you need to be building for 2024, I want to know which out of the 3 are you building right now, and which out of the 3 do you need to add or you need to beef up. Okay, that's what I would love to know. So let's start with our be seen, be heard, be paid entrepreneur down here. Shawana, which one are you doing right now, and which one do you need to be more intentional about in 2024?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am actually doing a tad bit of all, as we saw in some of the invites that you all received today, um, as well. One of the things that I need to lean a little harder in is the networking. Um, yeah, that. And of course, partnerships always, I love the win-win. I was trying to write as fast as you were saying it, so I do appreciate the repeat on each one. But yeah, I need to lean more in on the networking piece. Yeah, so that's part of what I'm doing now, but going into 24, yeah, God gonna give me other ways to do that too, because y'all know I don't like to go outside of a 3 to 5 mile radius of my home. Amen. I rest.
Too funny. Yeah, I saw that group, and I definitely answered the questions to join that group. I did have a question for you though. I didn't understand why the group was around sell first and not around be paid, be heard, and get, but we'll talk about that later. Sounds like
Yeah,
you was dipping
okay.
up out of that main offer is what it sounded like. But hey, if you want to
No,
build a
no, it's a dual, it's a dual, it's a dual,
It
it's a
ain't
dual.
dual sounds like fractured focus, but we'll discuss it later.
Oh,
Sharon.
oh,
Love
oh,
you,
oh.
love you so much. All right, Ken, come off the mic and tell us, community, your network or partnerships. Which one are you kind of doing well with right now, and which one are you going to add to for 2024 to be more intentional about? And that's Keith Munn, our resident graphic designer. See if he can come off the mic. And not only can he not come off the mic, he can't stay on the screen. So, all right, Keith, we'll catch you later. And with that, we'll go to Kimberly Miles. Kimberly, our foot care expert in the house. If you can't come off the mic, put it in the chat for us, please. Which one of these are you already kind of building and doing good with? And which one are you going to be more intentional about in 2024? With that said, Glow, community, network, partnerships. Which one are you doing okay with right now? And which one are you going to be more intentional about in 2024? See if Glow can come off the mic. There it is.
Hey, ladies. So I think I'm doing pretty good when it comes to networking because I do work with different podcasters or different people. What I want to do for 2024 is I don't know if what is it, doing sponsorships is like doing sponsors or doing ads for people is a partnership. And focus on, I want to do both. I want to focus on my community more in the partnership.
Okay, love it, love it, love it. Dr. LaFera, community, network, partnerships. Which one are you kind of doing right now, and which one are you going to focus on with intention in 2024?
So I've been doing a decent number of networking locally, and I'm going to need to start doing more to build up my community. And I also am starting to do more with partnerships, reaching out and talking to people and seeing how we can do different things together.
Love it. Partnerships, man. Let me tell y'all, those partnerships, especially when they're win-win, those can boost your business, baby. So I love that, Dr. LaFera. Dewana, community, network, partnerships. Which one are you kind of doing right now? And which one do you know you need to do with intention in 2024? And we're going to give Dewana time to find her unmute button because we already know. All right, Dewana, we'll come back to you because look, you ain't found it yet, okay? So Heather, what we got? Community, network, partnerships. Which one are you doing right now? Which one are you going to do more of in 2024?
I'm going to concentrate on building community because I already have a community, but I don't really like it needs attention. And then partnerships. I feel like the network is working fairly well right now. So like it still needs to be nurtured, but it's not something I think the other two require more time and attention.
Gotcha. Dewana says she ready, y'all. She already off.
Girl, the struggle is so real. I'm just sitting here tapping the phone and it won't pop up. Good morning, everybody.
I kind of feel like that phone of yours might be a Nokia. I don't know.
It's the Apple 14 and I hate it.
Anyway, look, that same thing.
Oh
Nokia.
my gosh.
You got the snake game on it. Yep, we know.
Oh, Anyway, so yeah, so I actually started last week, and it was kind of it was when the tornadoes hit. I connected with the homeless shelter here to deliver some food. Just that, then that's me giving back. But to make money, I'm actually already partnered with the group that has got me started in business anyway. It's called the 90 day health challenge. So I want to get more connected with more health professionals to partner with in that regard. So that's what I'm going to be more intentional about, is getting connected with more health professionals.
I love that. I love that. All right. Um, let's see. Kimberly Miles said, definitely need to network more. Like Shawana says, be seen, be heard. Don't forget, be paid. I want to create partnerships as well. I think I'm doing well with building trust. Awesome. So the building trust, it represents the community. So you feel like you're doing well with community. I love it. Teray, when it comes to building relationships as a trend for 2024, 2020, community to serve and build trust. You need to create and nurture a network for resources and referrals. You need to build and nurture partnerships to cross-pollinate revenue opportunities. Which one are you doing now? And which one do you know you need to be more intentional about in 2024?
Good morning, everyone. I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job with building the community and the trust. I just need to be more consistent and be more intentional with that. But I feel like I need to do both the networking and the partnerships.
Okay.
I need to be more intentional. I've always been a kid, in school, that I didn't like group projects. I want to work by myself. I'm going to get this A. I'm a good student. So I have to be intentional with reaching out and connecting with people. So
love that. I love that. All right. We're going to dip down and go back to Keith. Keith, is your audio connected? Can you hear us? Keith, which one, building and, well, I'm going to say creating and nurturing community, creating and nurturing your network, or creating and nurturing partnership? Which one are you doing right now? And which one are you going to be more intentional about in 2024? Let's see. I kind of feel like your audio is not even connected. So we're going to go to Dr. Tachi. Dr. Tachi, now that you're kind of caught up, which one are you doing right now? And which one are you going to be more intentional to do more of in 2024?
The question is, am I caught up?
Yes, I even put it in the chat for you.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, so we're going to consider you caught up.
Okay, so perhaps I should look at the chat. Can you just give me the 3 things again? It's partnerships.
Yeah, that's what's in the chat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I have to find
feel free to read it out loud. Share with the class the note that you got.
Okay. To grow, you will have to create 3 types of relationships: a community to serve and build trust, a network to nurture for resources and referrals, and partnerships to cross-pollinate revenue opportunities.
Yes.
So what am I doing now and what will I do?
So now tell me, which of the 3 are you doing now? Community, network, partnerships, and which do you need to be more intentional about in 2024?
I have a community, basically, not like a group on Facebook or whatever, but I have a dedicated community. And I definitely want to build partnerships for next year.
Love it. Love it. In fact, speaking about partnerships and community, I'm in your community, you're in my community. And today, this evening, I think it's 6:00 Eastern time, is it, Dr. Tachi? I will be coming on to Mediascope. Do you want to tell the people about Mediascope and what we're talking about today?
Sure. So Mediascope is my live stream show. Talk about all things media tech and pop culture every week. And tonight, Shay will be our guest, and it's kind of an offshoot of some of the things we've been talking about in here. So talking about post-recession readiness for your business, also AI, because she's such a whiz with that, and some other things. So that will be tonight at 6 p.m. and you can watch it anywhere on my Instagram. You'll also be able to watch it on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and LinkedIn.
Got it. Got it. Think I'll be sharing the YouTube and the Instagram, so I can put these posts out this morning. So thank you, Dr. Tachi. All right. So we have plenty of time left for what I would like to do next. And that is, I want to discuss some ways that you can do these three things, right? Because you know I don't leave you hanging. I give you some resources, right? So if you are trying to create and nurture a community in 2024, first of all, if you're a part of the workshop going on right now, the one for organic marketing, you got a plethora of resources for building your community, but we're not going to leave out those that are not a part of the workshop going on, in the challenge going on right now. So some of the things that you can do to create and nurture a community is you can leverage social media and put your group inside of Facebook. Did you know you could create a group in LinkedIn, right? And you have other industry specific forums that you can create a group for your niche or your industry. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to have shareable content. Okay, valuable shareable content. You want to engage with members. You want to foster discussions to build trust and credibility. So that's where I always tell you need to start conversations. You need to be a part of conversations, right? You can host online trainings or online events, right? Because once you build the community to nurture them, you might want to give them things to come to and be a part of where they leave with some type of transformation or knowledge, right? So you could do online trainings, you could do online events. You can do email marketing. Don't forget that your email list is a community also. So you can do email marketing or email nurturing, giving value via email to your list. Content creation is a no-brainer, right? So we need to be producing high quality content like blog posts, like videos, like podcasts or audio stuff, right? Infographics are another good one. And you want to resonate with your audience, encourage discussions, again, comments around the content to foster a sense of community. You want to engage authentically. Y'all know I don't know how to not show up authentically. This Alabama gonna come out, right? This fractional COO gonna come out. This expat that live by the beach that spoil is gonna come out. All the things are gonna come out, right? I had the nerve to say that, it's cool today. And Teray said, oh yeah, it's cool here too in Georgia. I was like, no, it's cold there. It's cool here, right? So yeah, all of that is gonna come out. So be authentic. So sometimes that means making sure that you're responding to comments like a human, right? And do it in a timely manner. Make sure that you're showing genuine interest in your community and your community members, right? Engage with interaction between members, ask questions, right? Open-ended questions are great, but ask questions and promote collaboration. I love when y'all collaborate, right? So you want the community to actually commune, all right? Now, when it comes to creating and nurturing a network, okay, you need to start attending your industry events, okay? So that's events that is in your industry that can help make you better. You can make connections that can be resources, right? These could be the resources for your referrals. Or you can also go to events where your ideal clients are in the audience of that event. Okay, so that you're also networking laterally with people in your industry, and you're networking to help clients and gain access to more clients in those type of events. Okay, so I love that. You can join professional associations. We talked about this a bit. Was it last week? I think it was last week. So I gave the example last week of when I was still a paralegal, and I was a leader in a paralegal association. We used to have court reporters who would come and join our association. Why? Because we were their ideal client, right? The paralegals are the ones that usually set up the court reporter for depositions and such, right? mediations and all that. So we are the ones that hire the court reporter. So we're their ideal client. So they would join our association as a show of support and a show of, loyalty and being there and advocacy for us. And so, of course, because we know them, right? They're in our community, we would use them. Think about online networking opportunities, okay? So when y'all are going to these virtual events, be more than just somebody that's a sponge, okay? Soaking up all the information. Also exchange information, right? I love being on a virtual event where somebody thinks to say, hey, y'all, let's exchange social media. Or, thank you for that information. I would love to know more. How can I connect with you, right? Actually connect. Those are virtual event opportunities. This virtual networking. All right. Mastermind groups, paid and unpaid. Okay. It's a great place to network. Mentorship and coaching groups. They are a great place to network, right? In my coaching programs, the people in those programs, they feel very connected. Sometimes they feel I'm gonna say they feel attacked the same way, so they join together because I will call them out the same, right? So, go ahead and connect with the people that are in the coaching programs that you're in. Now, let's talk about creating and nurturing partnerships for revenue opportunities, right? So you need to identify complementary businesses. It's not always the person that does exactly what you do. Although you should not see everybody as competition. Some people should be collaboration, right? But again, who has your people in their audience? Because we need to be identifying these people. And so we need to be collaborating with them for win-win connections. What about affiliate marketing, right? You can have a whole sales team of people willing to sell your stuff for you. So now you can get into rooms that you're not even in. You can get things sold to people for a transfer of trust because they know them and you don't, and they're getting an incentive. So you can have an affiliate marketing program that is great for partnerships. You can have joint ventures, okay? Joint ventures, all right? So I could joint venture with Heather, right? Because maybe for visibility, some of the people in my coaching program need a book, right? So I could do a joint venture with Heather where I bring my people in. Heather could do the coaching, you know what I'm saying? And we split the process, the profits some kind of way, not 50-50 because I'm not doing the work, right? But I'm bringing my people. Okay. So think about some joint ventures. Think about some events you can co-host with people. That's in a joint venture, that type of thing. Cross promotion. Okay. Maybe during a certain season, when Teray is launching her book, I put her book on my stuff, right? When I launched my book, she put my book on her stuff, right? Assuming that we have the same audience, or my people are in her audience and her people are in mine. So you can cross promote, okay? Strategic alliances. I love those. Did you know that if you're having some type of virtual event or a live event, right? Some of the vendors that you use, some of the platforms that you use will come to your event and give value? Yes, they will, right? How much money are you forking over to these folks every month, right? How long have you been a client of theirs every month? They're going to be more apt to come as a strategic alliance to add value to what you have going on. How many health fairs have you been to in a corporate space where you saw a bank come in, right? You might have saw these health people come in. You might have saw, I don't know, all kind of strategic alliances come in to add value to the health fair, right? I love when I go to, I've been able to meet some owners of different platforms. I used to use what was it? It was Moon Clerk, I think it was, for my payment processor. I used to use them all the time. And so when I got to meet Dodd with his little man bun, I was like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? So I met him at a conference, and then guess what? Because I talked about Moon Clerk so much, I asked Dodd, hey, do you have some kind of referral program or affiliate program? How about they created one and I got to test it, right? So don't forget, like, these people could get possible customers and clients out of your audience in your event too. So if they are able to come and tell a little something about generally how, what they help with can help the people, right? For example, infusion sauce. Those reps go out to different events, right? They don't just talk about Infusionsoft. They talk about funnels and the value of having a funnel and what a basic funnel is and how Infusionsoft can help, right? It's no different than how we go on people's stages and we teach a little bit and we tell them how we're the solution as a pitch at the end. They'll come and do that for you too. Okay. Strategic alliances. So does this help everybody in all three areas come up with things that they can be doing? Okay, I see some head shaking. Well, yep, it's only 2 people on the camera with me. Well, 3 if we include Zeta. So my question is, what is a problem you would have with building relationships in 2024? Let's solve them right now. We got time today, right? We got 10 minutes. So who is having a problem with building relationships? Again, community, your network, partnerships. Who's having a problem with any of those? When you sit down and you think about, okay, now what am I supposed to do to build it?
I'm having a problem in regards with the partnership slash sponsorships.
Okay.
Because so it's like 2 different sides, right? We have folks that tell us that, social media is not your people, like, gain your own people. But you also have other people that be like, oh, post it on Facebook, post it on Instagram, blah, blah, blah. But my thing is that when I do put out, that I'm looking for sponsorships, or if anybody have any, with people that have small business, if you're looking to have an ad or whatever, I have accomplished, I'm gonna say at least about 5 people in regards with an ad. But when it comes, I would like for someone to actually sponsor me, but it's just I'm not getting the results that I need from that. I don't know if people are scared to possibly sponsor me or anything like that, but it allows for me to worry a little bit because I be in my own head, but it's just that part that I feel like that I'm having a little bit of a hard time with.
Gotcha. So sponsorship it is selling, right? When you're trying to get sponsorship, you're selling. It's almost like Shark Tank, right? So it's not a matter of you just asking and why aren't people saying yes. Sponsorship has to be a win-win. So are you telling them what's in it for them to sponsor you, right? What do they get out of sponsoring you? Are your people their people, right? So you have to present the win-win. Sponsorship is a whole skill set in and of itself, right? You have to have a pitch deck for sponsorship or a sponsorship deck where you're showing what is the distribution of what you're doing, right? Who is in your audience? How many of them is it, right? So they can understand what their return on investment is going to be, because sponsorship is an investment. It's not a gift.
Right.
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 So when you say you're asking, I don't know how you're asking, right? So are you presenting it as a win-win? Are you telling
I'm
them
presenting it the way that you said? No, ma'am.
Yeah. So that's probably why. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be able to describe the demographic and the psychographics of your people. You have to be able to tell them some of the conversations that you're having, tell them how they can fit into those conversations, tell them how your audience can be a benefit to them, right? You have to pitch that. You don't just ask that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So you can even Google sponsorship deck. Okay.
And I want to do
pitches. Yep, and ChatGPT. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When I had a magazine, I was able to talk about my reach, and I was able to talk about the different ways people could buy ads with me, which is basically the same thing, right? When you have a podcast and you have a sponsor and you have a show and you have a sponsor or ads running, it's pretty much the same as ads in a magazine, right? What are you giving in return? This is business.
This was a perfect example, and I thank you for that. And I just saved this video so I can come back to it. But would you suggest that not just only posting it on social media, that I should send out a email to the people that's on my emailing list, just in case, like.
Yes, you should
Or,
have it everywhere. It should be in the bottom of the show notes when you publish the podcast. If you would like to, be a sponsor of this podcast, this is how you get in touch with me or whatever, or email this or whatever. Yeah.
okay.
Download, a link to download your sponsorship packet.
Okay.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is a business. You can't just be asking and be like, ain't nobody gave me nothing yet.
Right. See, I told you I don't like to sell, but I'm gonna get out of that.
But everything is selling. You got to sell yourself to get them to listen to you.
Mm-hmm.
Selling is not just about money. Some of it is time. Some of it is consideration. So yeah, cool beans. That was good. That was good, Glo. All right. Anybody else with a question? All right. We see Heather's note. So anybody else with a question? Now is the time. Now is the time. I love when y'all ask questions. Y'all bring out unintended value. I be loving it.
Hey, it's Kimberly. Just
Hey,
real quick.
Kimberly.
Not really with what you just answered, actually answered the question that I had initially, especially around the social media piece, because that's a big thing that I've been that's been driven into me in other mastermind groups. It's like you gotta amp up, the social media, you gotta do this and you gotta do that. And so but I'm glad that you explained it that way, because that definitely helps me in how I'm rearranging things now. And off topic, how can I watch you tonight on Dr. Tachi's show? I may have missed it because
I'm gonna post it in the group with the links, but you can watch it on her. I think it's her IG Live or her YouTube. And then she has other places also.
Okay, yeah, because I looked for her on LinkedIn yesterday, and I just typed in Dr. Tachi and she popped right up, even though it's not under Dr.
Hey,
Okay.
she's still gonna pop up. See, that's SEO,
You
y'all.
can check on her Facebook page if you have a Facebook.
Boom.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. Thank you.
Love it. Love it. Love it. All right, y'all.
I
What you
have
got,
I have
Dr.
a
Tachi?
question. I have a
Yes.
question. Also wanted to mention that the replay is going to be available of the audio on Gospel 107.1 FM that is out of Nassau, Bahamas and the rest of the Caribbean, but you can listen online. So if you like inspirational music, for some reason they wanted me over there. So yeah, you can listen Thursday as well. I have a question about
Yes.
and it is like building community, kind of what we talked about yesterday, but what would be your suggestions in terms of fostering community amongst viewers so they don't just feel like it's just another network and nobody is, that's the difference, and that's the difference I want to purport. So how would you suggest doing that?
You know what? You're a part of a community that started from watching somebody, right? You're a part of Club Quarantine's community. So what did y'all do?
There was a famous person that was the head of that kind of
No, but people were
facilitated
watching.
that.
People were watching, right?
Yeah.
And so you're asking the same thing. People who are watching, how can I get them to create community among themselves, right? Or how can I head a community for the people that are watching? So what are some of the things that y'all did? Y'all had some get-togethers in the cities, right? Y'all had some virtual get-togethers. What else did y'all do?
There's obviously the thing, watching the thing and talking to each other during the live sets.
So you can, so Dr. Tachi, if you wanted to, you could have a group, right? Or what you can do is you can have certain things that you have people do as an after show. You can have a fireside chat or something like that, or you can get them on an email list and then you talk to them and then have them to be ready in Mediascope after party, right? What y'all gonna discuss? Like if you don't want a community that's like always in one place, it could be a community that is sparked every time you go live and then you have a space for them after. Does that make sense?
Okay, so that could be something also that each of the creators, if they want to, could do as well, correct?
They could, but you're asking about the network though.
Yes.
Yeah. So I see it more so as the network, because you're going to have more to offer as a network. Hey, you have this show over here, you have this show, you have that show, whatever. Yeah, the creators have their own stuff going on. They should. And most of them, they had something going on, which is why they got chosen as a creator. But we're talking about the network.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And you're in the workshop for the organic marketing. So also go back to your organic marketing cheat sheet resource, and all of that community building, you can adapt some of that for the network. You just have to know how are you going to pull them together, because it can't be about just doing the show. The show has another priority, right? So it could be the after party to the show, or a fireside chat to the show, or a once a week meeting, or a once a month gathering somewhere, right? So if you're not going to have a static place for them to gather every day, then you create a space routinely. And that's fine.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Last call for alcohol. Does anybody else have a question before we get out of here? Do you have any questions about building community? Do you have any questions about building your network? And do you have any questions about building and creating partnerships? Glow, you came off the mic.
No, I just wanted to say this was a dope session today. I learned to get big.
Cool beans, cool beans. All right, y'all. Kimberly said, I wholeheartedly agree. Awesome. Does my heart good. I love it. You are welcome. All right, guys. Have a great day. The studio is closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a great day, everybody.